Today I would like to take you on a trip in my neighborhood, and I want to introduce you to somebody whom I find very, very inspiring, just because he just did so many inspiring things on so many different levels. His name is Otto Lilienthal, and he literally lived just 10 minutes away from the place where I live right now, and he did some pretty amazing things here. Have fun. This is the part of Berlin which is called Lichterfelde, and people built a memorial for him right here. Otto Lilienthal was born in 1841, and he had 7 siblings. 5 of them died while he was still a young man. He was the oldest in the family, and his mother had to feed the whole family when he was 13 years old because his father died at that age. Talking about resilience, bouncing back. He found a way to get into university through some lucky circumstances and studied engineering. Together with his father, with his brothers, he started a business in his mid-20s, and he developed, pretty amazing machine made for mining, and earned some money with it, but he never got really rich with what he was doing. He also developed like a processor of Lego, these little cubes to play with for children, and he sold the rights to produce these to somebody else. And myself, I played as a child with this very toy he developed so many years ago. Right behind me, this is the Berlin Otto Lilienthal High School. So Otto Lilienthal eventually had a company with 60 employees, and he was one of the first people to invent a participation of all his employees connected with the turnover and the profit of the company. So he spread his own wealth amongst 60 other people, which I find very impressive for the 19th century. He was aware that only the rich part of the population was able to participate in public plays and things like that. So he invented the Berliner Volksbühne, the Berlin stage for the public, probably that would translate. And there was a place where everybody could afford to participate and be part of a play. And he was the director of this Berliner Volksbühne for many years, and he was acting himself on that stage. One thing Otto Lilienthal was concerned with is how the shape of wings of birds enable birds to have enough lift to fly. And he was wondering if the same would be possible for human beings. He put together all his ideas about the issue in a book which was released in 1889. And 4 years later, he started attempting to produce a device which had the shape of a wing, and he tried to fly. Eventually people piled up this very hill I'm walking on right now in this area, and on weekends they would come here to look at him and cheer him on with his attempts to fly. Eventually he managed to fly up to 250 meters wide with his wing. which made him the first human being in the history of mankind to fly. On August 9, 1896, Otto Lilienthal was experimenting again with some flight vehicle, and some upwinds caught him. He was pushed up in the air, his flight vehicle stalled, and he plummeted to the ground 15 meters. 2 days later, he died from his injuries. To me, I remember Otto Lilienthal as somebody who had a lot of gifts and talents. And he seemed to have a passion and a joy to use all of his gifts in many different areas in life. Not just for his own sake and to earn money or do things like that, but with all the things he was doing, he was serving so many people in so many different ways. And people like that inspire me. Have a great week.